Great leaders take a moment to reflect after something happens, a meeting, a conversation, maybe a decision, or a difficult interaction. And that's an important thing. Reflection is good, it's how we adjust and grow. But many leaders reflect in a way that actually makes growth harder. They ask themselves, what didn't go well? What went wrong? What should I have done differently? What do I need to fix next time? Now, those questions can be useful, but if that's where you always begin, then your brain starts to scan for what is wrong. I'm Dr. Julie Donley, a leadership coach, an award winning author, a speaker, and a former executive nurse in behavioral healthcare. And I help leaders to reduce their stress, communicate more effectively, and lead at the speed of people. A leader I coached recently noticed something important. When he reflected on his leadership, he automatically focused on what he didn't like, what didn't work, or what he wanted to change. As we talked about this pattern, he realized that his reflection process was shaping his mindset and how he saw everything. This matters because the way you reflect trains your brain. If every reflection centers on mistakes and gaps and what still needs to be improved, you may unintentionally build more self criticism than self leadership. It doesn't mean you ignore mistakes. It means that you don't make mistakes the only place that you look. So we shifted his reflection. Instead of starting with what went wrong, he began with what went right. What did I like about how I handled that? What worked well? What do I want to repeat next time? That small shift does several important things. It helps you notice effective behaviors. It builds your confidence and consistency, and it strengthens what you want to reinforce. It gives your brain an anchor. So when you intentionally notice what worked, you are telling your brain, hey, this is useful. This is worth repeating, doing again and again. And that is how growth becomes more than just correction, it becomes reinforcement. There is another important layer to this. When leaders learn to look for the good, to look for what is working in themselves, they also become better at looking for the good and noticing what is working in other people. They become less reactive, less critical, and more observant of people's strengths, of efforts, of growth and potential. Many leaders unintentionally train themselves to scan for problems all day long. What is wrong? What is missing? And what needs to be corrected? And over time, that can shape how they see both themselves and others. It also can lead them to give feedback that is mostly corrective. But when you intentionally practice noticing what is good, what is effective and helpful and thoughtful and improving, then you begin leading from a very different place and your feedback becomes much more positive. You start giving more appreciation and acknowledgement. People grow faster in environments where their strengths are noticed, when they're reinforced and developed, not just where their mistakes are pointed out. This connects very closely to my book, The Journey Called You, because so much of leadership begins with self awareness. How you relate to yourself influences how you lead, how you respond, communicate, and grow. You cannot lead others well if you're constantly leading yourself through criticism. So take a moment to reflect. When you think back on a recent conversation or a meeting, what is one thing that you handled well that you want to repeat? To explore my books on leadership, change, and self awareness, visit drjuliedonley.com or search for my books on Amazon. And if this video resonated, then be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who wants to lead at the speed of people. I'm Dr. Julie Donley. Till next time, happy leading.